Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining Archangel Alts. This is Gordon Freeman, the Free Man, and I want to go ahead and share a little catch-up video with you guys. So this is kind of fun. I was able to just jump in and screen capture, well, screen record. Just a couple of days ago, there was a fun spike happening with PoE trading against BTC on the Binance Exchange, and just wanted to share this with you. I thought it would make for a fun video. So as you can see, we have kind of a recent, very low volume flat line taking place. And as it goes along, it shot up at that time to 89. Now, PO usually has in the past been pretty healthy around 130 or so against, sats against BTC. And so we had a position that needed to 98, which, 98 underneath a very typically low 120, 130 or so, seemed like a very safe bet. But if you have been watching the market at all, you know that the recent ups with Bitcoin have been a little bit too swift for the tsunami effect balance of volume to benefit everything at the same time. So as you can see what I'm doing here at the position 69 and then a few of the others, I'm kind of testing to see whether this is something that's about to die out or whether I think that it's going to keep climbing. And, obviously I'm not looking to manipulate the books in a negative way at all, but I am curious whenever I'm in a position. I like to start low and to kind of watch the books adjust themselves to see whether other people are putting in a bunch of fake positions or whether they would actually allow those to clear. So if you look where I'm putting those positions in, you'll see a BTC order of 50 BTC at 68, 50 BTC at 69, 59 BTC at 70. Those are not us, but that is the reason that I thought it would be important to make this video so you could see there is somebody out there that is a very small individual who understands this part of the order book. Usually when people are kind of stabbing in the dark, they've got a bunch of BTC and they think that they can manipulate the order book. Usually they don't have any idea how to go about doing that, and they make some very obvious mistakes. This person seems like they actually understand what they're doing a little bit, and that is backed up by the fact that in my observations, they're willing to actually let those positions go through. They're not just doing them for artificially inflating the value and that sort of thing. So you can see that the first thing that happens is that it starts to kind of bog down the order book, and it's saying, yes, I can fulfill these orders. You can see now they put in their 82 PO at 82 sats. There's 62 Bitcoin and growing in that position. So that's what's about to make this really cool thing happen. So, it would be different if it was a wash trade, if they were putting in at 80 or 81 and selling at 80 or 81 in order to try to kind of jumpstart people's thinking there's something huge happening. Those things are not permitted, and that's not a great thing. So you can see there, have a position at 72 where there's about 1 Bitcoin, and it's the only one that, still at that time working on from the order book to try to resolve. So here we go. So it's eaten up all of those coins that were in that position, and now it is moving forward. And that's kind of triggered this jump. So there's our position up there at 98. We're excited, because we know that it's most likely going to clear. At some point in time, I had to kind of edit this very quickly together so that I could make this video. So once it is actually done, I'll probably briefly interrupt myself because I went ahead and did the sign out. So anyway, you can see we're now up from 81 to 85. Now you got to think that this is more than 1% for every single one of those. So it's happening very quickly in a time where volume has been critically low for alts. They've been falling for a long time. So it's kind of exciting to see this. I'm, perfectly willing to put in those 81, 384 positions. But as it starts stalling out, you can see there way down there is still that 58 Bitcoin and 50 Bitcoin. So I wanted to wait to see whether it was going to cause it to stumble and drop way back down again, or whether it might actually grab my 83 or 5 or 6 on the way up. So all these things, a lot of stuff to factor in, obviously. And you can watch what happens next. So now you see at 78, 55 Bitcoin. 79, 55 Bitcoin. Okay, so that immediately took it down to 83, and that's exactly why I was trying to be cautious. And, you know, obviously if it jumped way down to 55 or 63 or 72, I would be gloriously happy to let it sit there and grab several percent, from the change. But I was pretty sure that's not what was going to happen. So you can see there's somebody that's got at least, 300 or 400 Bitcoin that knows exactly what they're doing with the order book. The second that they went in at, see that one at 86? Boom. Okay, but you see now it's climbing closer and closer to our position. So I'm like, okay, they know exactly what they're doing. They're going to let it keep riding upwards. I have to be very cautious because I don't want to cancel out of my 98 and throw off the chance to clear. But I know for a fact that once it gets beyond that 100 mark, where you see the 3 to 5 Bitcoin, people are manipulating this stuff pretty big now. There's a 17 Bitcoin order at 91. That's going to go through. Actually, I think they're going to just miss it. Yeah, see, I'm pointing out down there at the bottom. They didn't even get a chance to do their 16. So now it's going to pop up. And, so often these things happen, and I'm like watching and watching and watching. And of course, it taps out at 97 and then starts shooting back down. I just really had a feeling that this person knows what they're doing. Look at all those positions. They've now got probably about 600 Bitcoin in the process of this pump. If it were just a group pump, which, I do not advise, but I do actually watch a few of those groups just to kind of see what their effect is going to be. So here we go. Usually they will have, a very different layout for their positions. And boom! So very exciting that happened. So now that I know that mine is clearing out and is probably going to go shooting beyond that, I don't want to take a risk anymore. I want to go ahead and grab our profits. I'm happy that we have them. And so now I got to do the right thing and ring the cowbell. Woohoo! And one more time. Woohoo! Alright, thank you guys. Thank you for joining. And for now, Archangel Alts out.